Thanks for joining us on Let's Talk About It, where we have unfiltered lifestyle conversations for couples who want more connection, more honesty, and more adventure. Now, this podcast is intended for adults 18 and over and is not a safe for work podcast. Keep in mind, we're not experts, therapists, or counselors. We're just a real couple sharing our experiences in the lifestyle and the lessons that we've learned along the way. Please remember that every relationship and every dynamic is different, and what works for us may not work for everyone. Hey guys, and welcome back to our second episode of Let's Talk About It. And on this episode, we are going to talk about our experience at the New Year's Eve hotel takeover we went to, which was thrown by Parties by Vibe. Thanks for joining us back for the second episode where we're still getting used to things, getting used to talking on here to you guys in this uncensored manner and all the techie stuff. But we appreciate you tuning in. Please do like and share the podcast. So, in this episode, we're going to kind of go over our experience at the New Year's Eve takeover we went to. So, just to explain it a little bit, in case you're newer to the lifestyle and don't know, there are different groups that throw lifestyle parties, takeovers, things of that nature that have different names. Swinger Society is one of the larger ones that we're affiliated with. There's Scenic City Pineapple, Parties by Vibe is one. Eye Candy is one of the larger ones. But there's lots of different groups that throw different parties and hotel takeovers. And so this was our first time experiencing a party thrown by Parties by Vibe. We've been wanting to check them out since they do have a bit of events in our area. So this was a good time to go for the New Year's Eve party. It was a hotel takeover. We were a little unsure at first if we were going to be able to make it. So when tickets first went on sale, we did not get our tickets yet because we just weren't sure if we were going to make it. So the host hotel was completely sold out for the nights of the party. So we ended up having to get a room across.
At another hotel that was across the street.
Yeah, another hotel across the street. So, and we kind of looked around the other hotels in the area because we wanted to stay close by and pick that one specifically just because it was literally right across the street. So we just had to walk across the street. So, a little bit of convenience. So we got our tickets. Now it was a 2-night event. Because New Year's Eve, what night was New Year's Eve on? Wednesday. That's right. It was on a Wednesday night. So they had like the New Year's Eve night, Wednesday night, and then Thursday night they had like the hair of the dog party. So it was a 2-night takeover. And also, if you got tickets to stay at the host hotel, you had to do both nights, which we weren't able to do due to work. Unfortunately, we both had to go back to work on January 2nd. So we were only able to do the one night. So it worked out. But like I said, this was our first Vibe party, and we were looking forward to the experience. So we thought we'd give it a shot. So we checked into our hotel, brought our things in that we were bringing with us, which wasn't a lot.
No, usually, let's say for this trip, it was what? My backpack and your backpack.
Yeah, it
But
was.
that was pretty much it, as opposed to the 3 things of luggage everybody brings.
Yeah, and I'm not known for being a light packer, so it was pretty impressive that I just brought one bag. Honestly, I was impressed. Now that being said, we did forget a couple little things, but it's what happens when I pack
Yeah,
light.
when you make a last minute trip and you decide to pack kind of in a hurry, like, certain things get forgotten, and
Yeah.
which really didn't matter because as we go further into this, you'll understand why. But we had kind of said this since we haven't really done anything publicly in the last 3 to 4 months because of life. And this was our first time out that, it was just more, hey, we're out of the house. Let's just have some fun and relax and not worry about anything else. So,
Yeah, it was definitely more of a just social focus for us, going to hang out with our friends, going out on New Year's Eve, which was exceptionally exciting for me because I hadn't been out for New Year's Eve since before I had kids. So,
yeah.
and my oldest is in his teens now, so it's been a while. So it was just more, we were focused more on, we're just going out, we're going to be social. We didn't really make any, which we'd never go in with expectations to play. But, sometimes you've got things in your mind for the evening. And we really didn't this time. It was just, we're just going to be social. But so we got in the hotel room and we kind of chilled out a little bit, turned some music on, got ready.
Yeah. Took a couple showers and You took yours first, started getting ready, and then when I was
Yeah.
taking mine, you decided to make TikToks and
You had to, you had to do the TikToks and the pictures,
yeah.
all that fun stuff. So we did that and we got ready and we decided it was time to go to the party when it started. I think it started around 8. So
Yeah, I think we got over there probably about 8:15, 8:30. There was already a nice group of people in, but I think
Mhm.
most of those people were people staying at the hotel, so they just came in from their hotel room.
Yeah, it was, and there was quite a line of people like outside waiting to check into the hotel too. So it was getting busy already. So and we didn't know what to expect. We do love hotel takeovers, just the fact that everything is right there. Definitely it's a lot better when you stay at the host hotel.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just
just more convenient.
yeah, because like, one challenge I had was, like, what do we do with our stuff? Because all these lifestyle events are typically BYOB, so you got your drinks, and then you've got, like, jacket and anything else you wanna bring. Like, it's like, what do we do with it? Because there wasn't, like, a designated it's not like when you go to the club and there's lockers. It was just the hotel area, so but we did have some friends staying at the host hotel, so
Well, luckily we knew several of our local group were going to be there, and so it wasn't really difficult of finding a trustworthy area to place our stuff. And then as we found out as the night went along, that one of them brought their cooler down, so we just put our stuff in the cooler. Which
but that was smart.
yeah,
They're smart. But so we got there. We had bought our tickets online, so we didn't have to stand in a super long line. That nice gentleman scanned, well, it wasn't super long. It was a little long, but
yeah,
nice gentleman just scanned our online tickets
yeah.
and gave us our bands. And
The gentleman with the service dog.
yeah,
He was very nice guy.
he was. And then we got to go check out the space. So naturally, the first time we've been to one of their parties and an event here, we kind of wanted to check out the space and see what was around. So we just walked around for just a few minutes first, check it out.
Yeah,
Um,
that's our normal thing when we get to an event first
it
is
is. Scope out the
we'll walk
scene.
around, see what's going on, see where everything is, kind of locate where certain things are. Restrooms, food, if it's known to be available, drinks, where the dance floor is, so that way she knows where that's at.
It's important.
Sure it is.
I'm the
And
dancer. He's not a dancer.
no. But it was kind of cool because this was inside and there was a pool and was there a hot tub
Yeah, there
there? I
was
didn't
a
know.
pool and
I
a
don't,
hot tub, but there really wasn't. I
yeah,
didn't
no,
see many people in it.
yeah.
Towards the end of the night, like probably 1, 2 in the morning, I did see a few people in the hot tub, but
Did you?
that was pretty much it. There wasn't a lot of people
Yeah,
in there.
well, New Year's.
Yeah, yeah, everybody's doing their New Year's Eve party. But yeah, they had the pool area and the hot tub, and that was kind of in a large open space. And they had the DJ set out there with a little dance floor,
Dance floor, I mean,
size
decent
dance
size. I
floor. Yeah,
mean,
it was a
and
decent
yeah, it was,
size dance floor. And they had like a little stand set up where they had mixers and food.
yeah, they had a lot of finger foods,
They did.
crackers, cookies.
And they had that dip that was really good. It was like a garlic cheese or something. I don't know.
They had several dips.
It was really good.
But it was really nicely furnished, I will say. The mixers were pretty much any soda you could think of, and I
Mm-hmm.
think mostly juices.
Yeah, they had a good selection.
I, however, am not much for soda because that usually goes with whiskey and bourbon. I am more of a Red Bull type of person, so I did have to get my
Mhm.
own. That wasn't much of an issue.
But it was
Uh,
a good layout, the way
no,
everything was
it
set.
really wasn't.
Everything was set up and
Right. It wasn't very crowded. And then they had the picture area over behind the food area. It wasn't
yeah.
like the food area was one area and then off kind of behind it to the right was the picture area where they had like if I remember correctly, a New Year's banner hanging
Yeah, a
up.
big New Year's banner and a big ring light for people to
Yeah.
use. So yeah, it was a good little setup. So I mean everything was set up pretty nice. And they had a little like dungeon area, which was a pretty good size.
Yeah.
They
Missed
got
that one on the way
the
through.
St. Andrew's crosses and other fun
Toys.
accessories in there. So yeah, we just kind of checked out the space at first, scoped it out, and we did go up to our friend's room
Well, we saw the
after a few
secondary
minutes.
area too
Oh yeah, the like
where they
the
had like a small DJ area. No, I'm not sure if there ever was one there, but it was a seating area, like a small dance floor, and there was a sex chair and I think a massage table.
I think so.
I'm
We
not
didn't really
exactly
spend
sure what
much
the other
time
one
up
was. I didn't get a good
there.
view of it as we walked by, but I did see the sex chair outside on the balcony area,
Yeah, yeah,
the internal
so
balcony.
hopefully that got some use later on in the night, and, we didn't hang out at the
Top, yeah, because
top
right
level. It
as
was like
we
a second level, but it was open to the bottom, if
right.
that makes sense.
Yeah, there was stairways from there was a staircase going up to it, and then there was one leading up over to the rooms and everything.
Yeah. So it was a good setup. We scoped it out. We went up to our friend's room to put our stuff that we had brought, jackets and such, beverages. We kind of hung out with them and just chit chatted because, like we said, we haven't been very social the past few months because
Yeah,
of
like catch
life
up.
situation. So we're just kind of catching up, reconnecting. While we were up there, one of our other friends had texted me and said that they had arrived. So they were getting settled into their room and we were headed down to meet up with them after a little while, didn't we?
I believe so.
Yeah, we went down there and hung out.
Yeah, as everybody from our group kinda showed up, we all just kinda
Yeah,
tried to find them.
yeah, pretty much. One of the most common questions that we get is how do we meet other people in the lifestyle? Guys, it's 2025 and a lot of lifestylers are hiding in plain sight because they have to be discreet. So, online is how most people get started in a great way to meet people and to start building those connections, especially when you're new. There are a ton of different lifestyle dating apps and sites out there. Our personal favorite is SDC. We just find it to be super user friendly and we've had the most success on it. However, keep in mind results will vary. And if you want to check it out, you can check out the link in our bio. There's also a promo code that'll get you a free month. So check that out and see if you like it. So, and then we spent a good amount of time after that just kind of hanging out with everybody, going to take the pictures, of course, was a big thing. Our group likes to take pictures. We got individual pictures of couples
Yeah.
and a big group picture with everyone from our local group, including those
The
random people that
this yeah, the random guy in the middle of the picture that everybody was looking at after the picture, like,
yeah,
uh,
so we're all going up to take this group picture. I think we had already maybe taken one by then. And this guy and these two chicks walk up. And I was like, okay, they're just wanting to take pictures. But then Cece, who's the head of our group, she did say I could say her name. But she's like the one that put together our group. She runs the Discord, owns the Discord, all that. And she was like pulling everybody back in for another group picture around this guy and these random chicks. And all of us are, how many of us were there? Like 12? 12
well, let's see,
maybe.
us.
Yeah, we said
I
we can't
know.
use
Hold on,
names.
I know. Us,
Yeah.
them.
Board
I
time.
was no, it was probably about 10 to 12 of us,
Attended. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It was probably around
because I was
12.
thinking there was
But
5 couples.
she called us,
Well,
was like waving us all back in to take this group picture with this guy and these two girls. And we're all just like looking at each other confused because we didn't know who these people were.
right.
So I was like, what? We did find out later, apparently the guy is in the group and I don't know, but
Yeah, I'd been in the group for a while, it's just
yeah.
not as active and
Yeah, so she knew who he was and
right.
knew he was in the group, and we're just all looking confused at one another. But we got pictures. We got some good pictures that night, which is not my strong point. I'm trying to get better at it because a lot of times I get into I wanna have the
The event?
experience. Yeah, I'm there for the event and I forget to take pictures sometimes, often. But I'm trying to get that's like one of my things this year. I'm trying to get better at that and taking TikToks like at I mean, it's limited at events because you can't get random people in them, but just in general during like everyday life experiences to remember to pull out my phone and be like, "What's up? This is life." But we spent most of the night from there.
Up until
Well,
about 11:30.
yeah, to about the
We
before the ball dropped, hanging out,
yeah, Amber kinda
really.
hung out with her people, had her conversations, and got to catch up with the people that she hadn't seen in a while that were there,
I got to kiss all my friends.
and I got to talk with some of the guys and some of the other people that I'd never get to or
Mm.
hadn't seen in a while, and
And you met a few new people. He's much better than I am at meeting new people. That's his strength. I have more of a tendency to stick to the people I know, but you're better at meeting new people. So you kind of met a few new people.
did.
But yeah, I was just hanging out, and it goes back to show you that even on New Year's Eve, there are plenty of people outside the lifestyle and news the lifestyle that think it's all just one big party, and like everybody just shows up at a party and go jumps into an orgy or something. But it's totally not like that. It's just these are our friends or people we hang out with and have these moments with, and we were just really catching up, talking. I mean, we'd stand around talking about everything from fantasy football to
Oh, there was
plans
fan
for next year to everything. The conversations, it was just friends talking and hanging out, really. Just friends that like to kiss. But, you know, there's a lot of girl on girl kissing going on amongst our group. But I mean, that's pretty much how we spent most of the evening. And then it got to be about midnight. And of course, it being a New Year's Eve party, they did the whole countdown
Yeah, they
and
had well, they did it from they had a projector set up and, showed the Nashville countdown, if I remember correctly.
I wasn't paying
Yeah,
attention.
I kinda was
Yeah.
preoccupied with other activities of people going on around me and all the kissing and making out that was going on around, but we had made an agreement to at least be together and, share
Ball drop, they've been nice.
for
And
the
we
ball drop
were
and at midnight.
yep. They did the whole ball drop thing, so that was fun. Everybody had a good time, and we had our New Year's Eve kiss first.
And then it was, like, maybe not 30, 45 minutes after that, it kinda cleared out. I think
It
people
did.
kinda went to their rooms.
Yeah, I think so, and that's where it would have been nice too to be staying there, I think too. I think a lot of people went back to their rooms with their groups and
Yeah, their plans.
had fun as opposed to because there wasn't a whole lot of people I saw, like, playing in the dungeon or open areas. I know there's a few people from
Yeah,
our group that did, and
yeah, there was
saw a
a
couple
few that
other, but not a lot.
there were a few couples I saw go in there and walk around and then come out, but I don't think it got used as much as what it would at a normal
Yeah,
takeover,
like, there wasn't a
or at least
whole
that
lot.
night.
Yeah, wasn't a whole lot of spicy things going on in there that I saw, but we hung out in there a bit, met some random people in there and got to know some new people, and I think a couple of those people got added to the Discord after
I
the
think they
fact
did.
because
Yeah,
Cece, she's always like, "Hey, you should join our Discord,"
right.
which they should. It's a good group. But we did that, and then, my friend and I went out to the dance floor to dance because me and her both like to dance, so we typically dance at pretty much anything we go to.
Yeah, I think I
You
I
were
that's when I went across the street to go get something to drink because
maybe that's what it was. Yeah, I know
because
you had stepped away for a
yeah,
bit. You were going to do something, so it was just me and her, and I don't know where her other half was, but like, it was me and her on the dance floor, and I was other people from our group were around, but they weren't on the dance floor. It was just me and her. So we're dancing, and this chick kind of walks up to us dancing and just kind of pushes her, not really pushes, I won't say pushes. She didn't push, but just kind of, casually got over there and starts dancing with us. And you see her guy that was with her he was kind of standing, we were standing off to the edge because we were kind of near the edge. So he was kind of standing there and just watching all of us dance. And then she said a few things, and honestly, I don't remember what all was said, and it seemed like she was a little more into me, but the guy seemed kind of more interested into Cece. And after a few minutes, he walked up to Cece and whispered something in her ear. And then she was just kind of like, had a weird look on her face and kind of shook her head. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, what did he say?
I'm
So
kinda I would be interested to see that look on Cece's face
it was,
because it's
because
not as subtle as she
she's
thinks
not subtle.
sometimes. She's
Face
very
says a
funny.
lot. And because he had just been kind of standing there watching up until then, and he just whispered in her ear, and then she told me, and honestly, at this point, okay, we had some drinks, y'all, not gonna lie, it was New Year's Eve. I don't remember exactly what it was, and I asked her earlier today, she didn't remember exactly what it was either, but he had whispered it was something like, "My girl's all wet, do you wanna feel her?" or "How wet is she?" or something like that. It was just kind of off the wall. And I think he was kinda trying to hit on CC, I guess? I don't it was just awkward.
Put you both in a weird situation,
It was a little weird,
uncomfortable
and then the
feeling.
girl was kind of more trying to get up on me some more, and it was I don't know, the whole thing was just it was just off. So, yeah, CC had kinda at that point, she kind of danced away a little bit, and then after a few seconds, I'm like, "Yeah, I just kinda danced over there with her and got o out of that situation because it was just like it wasn't I mean, it wasn't awful, there was no consent lines drawn, broken or anything, or it
Well,
was just
that you know of, you don't know. I mean, given
well, yeah, I mean, I don't know their
their
relationship, but I
there you
mean,
go.
amongst that, nothing, towards us, it was just weird, it was just a little off. I'm like, "Okay, I don't know what's happening here, so it's time to exit that situation." So we did, but that was our funny story from that night. So after our dancing debacle, we pretty much just hung out some more. I mean, for a
Yeah, we
little
kinda walked
while.
around a little more just to,
Yeah.
see what it if it was gonna if it was gonna be there next year, if we would want to maybe get a room, we kinda just walked around to see what all was there and how it was all set up. But we noticed
Checked
some
out
people
some
started to go
rooms.
towards the hot tub. But yeah, probably from 12:30 to about 1:30, 2 o'clock, we kinda didn't do much of anything other than walk around, talk to some people,
Yeah, just check
and
out.
had a few more drinks.
Yeah, that is true.
We met that right before we left, met that one chick when I decided I was like,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
"Wanna go outside and have one last cigarette before we decide to head
It
out."
was funny.
And,
She was super nice.
she was really nice. Other than that, we really didn't do a whole lot.
We didn't, and, sorry to disappoint anyone that was wanting to hear any spicy stories on this episode, but we didn't play with anyone that night other than kissing.
Ourselves.
Yeah.
Ourselves.
Well, we always have each other, but yeah, we didn't play. Like I said, just really wasn't something we weren't seeking it out. We didn't have anything in mind. We were just kinda going to be social, and there wasn't a whole lot of play in our group anyway. There was one couple that I saw playing in the dungeon, and then another female had jumped in on that, but outside of that, I don't really see anybody in our group. There wasn't a whole lot of play going on. Now, I don't know if anybody went back to their rooms, but quite a few people from our group weren't staying anyway, so they had to drive home. I don't think any of them had super long drives, but yeah, so there was no really play for us or anything. It was just more a social event and hanging out, and then it was probably, around 3 when we went up to our friend's room to get our stuff.
Yeah, we started trying to get everybody together to go up there, or started trying to find everybody.
Yeah, that
And
was a disadvantage of not having a room there. It's like, okay, we had friends there so we could put our stuff in there, but anytime we need to get stuff in or out of there, we would have to find them. So that was an inconvenience I didn't like.
yeah, it's not a bad thing, but
No, it
it's
wasn't.
still it's just an inconvenience if you like have your place stuff in their room, or
Mm,
if you have have your wallet or keys or something, you need to go get something.
yeah.
It can be an
So
inconvenience,
lesson learned.
but once we got things, we all went up to their room.
Yeah, and that was about the time I was feeling really bad. I was hurting, I was in pain. I have an autoimmune thing, and it was just kicking my tail about
Started to
that point.
flare up.
Yeah, it was just flaring up, and mostly my fault because alcohol is one of the biggest triggers for me, so that flares it up, and lately it's been worse. So, yeah, about 3, I was feeling bad. We were up there, I just remember saying, "Okay, I'm hurting. I gotta go lay down." Like, I didn't even if we had had opportunity to play at that point, I don't even know if I could have because I was just feeling so crappy. Yeah. Hey guys, real quick, I want to let you know we do have a way for you to reach us. If you have comments you want to give us directly, or questions, or things you'd like covered in an upcoming episode, you can send us a text or leave us a voicemail at 615-606-2922. Again, you can leave us a voicemail or you can text us at 615-606-2222. Hope to hear from you. So, yeah, that was pretty much end of the evening. From there, we did walk back to our hotel across the street, so was not a far walk.
And
It was cold though. Oh my gosh. I hate cold. Um,
cold's just a perspective in this situation here.
yeah, you don't like I was freezing. I just remember I was so cold. I was hurting and I was cold, and even though it was just across the street, that was a miserable walk for me. But we did it. We walked back,
And then we just
got ready for
got ready for
laid
bed, and we just kinda
down. We
crashed
really
out.
didn't do much. I was not feeling good.
Yeah,
We did. Kinda crashed. It was late though. It was what? Push probably
4:30. Well,
it's
you
pretty
crashed
late.
out before I did.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I'm sure.
I think you crashed out around 4. I probably came to bed at closer to 5
Yeah,
is
so
when I
it was a late
decided to
night,
crash.
but we expected that. It being New Year's Eve, so we crashed out and then slept till
9,
well, yeah, I would
9:30.
say it wasn't super late, 9:30, got up, got ourselves together. So I think we had to check out at 11 or
Yeah,
12.
we always it
So
was 11 was the late
yeah,
checkout at this one.
yeah. So we checked out and went to have some breakfast.
We went to IHOP, didn't we?
IHOP. Yeah, we went to IHOP.
Well, we was gonna go to Cracker Barrel, and we saw the parking lot was
Oh my
full. It was
gosh.
like,
Yeah,
"Yeah, no."
so and that's one thing often, when leaving a hotel takeover event, you gotta stop and get food. Yeah, we stopped our breakfast and kinda relaxed a bit and headed
Uh,
home, I
I made
guess.
that
So
hour and 45-minute drive home,
a little bit of a drive.
and
One
then I think we both kinda crashed out again once we got home,
Yeah, I don't
probably like
think
a
we
couple
did
hours later.
anything the rest of that day. We were just laying
Yeah, it was
around
a
like useless lumps. But I mean, overall, for our first party,
high vibe.
vibe party, that was awesome. I would definitely go to another one. So
Yeah, it was nice going to a party where the last several ones we had gone to were all hosted either by our local group, so it's people that we know, or it was hosted by Swing Nation.
I
Yeah, Swinger Society, thank you. And we've been to several of their events, so we've seen a lot of the same people there too.
yeah, a lot of
So,
familiar faces in
right.
a lot of the
I mean
events we go to, which
that's
is
cool.
good. I like that. That makes me more comfortable. But we also do within this journey want to meet new people. Like that's key.
Right, and this was a way of doing it, and from what I have seen on their calendar, it seems to be that a lot of their parties and events are in the Middle Tennessee area, Southern Kentucky, maybe Northern Alabama and Mississippi areas, but so there's a good chance we'll probably be going to more of those in the future because they are quote unquote local to us.
As local gets to where we live in this little town of 2,000 people. Yes. But yeah, I know they're having another one on Valentine's, but we have plans
Yeah,
for Valentine's. We have a few upcoming plans just to touch base on that with everybody real quick. For Valentine's, we're going to meet up, but it's like a local it's within our local group. So it's not really a out there public event, but anybody that's listening that is in our local group, because hopefully we will see you guys at the Valentine's meet and greet. We're looking forward to that. Got a room booked for the weekend because we're making a weekend of it because we can.
is that one a takeover as well? Or is it
No,
it's
no,
just a group just
it's
renting.
just yeah,
Okay.
we have
Okay.
some everybody that's going and staying at the hotel.
You're right.
We are requesting that they put us
All on the
together,
same floor.
so at least on the same floor. So hopefully, which we went to the same meetup last year, and that was
They had us all up and down all over the
requested,
room.
but the message didn't get relayed to the right people. I think. So hopefully this time they'll get it right because I mean we'll spend a lot of time hanging out in the hotel and stuff, and we at this particular hotel they have suites, so like the bed's in a separate room, and you have a little bit larger like living area and a kitchen area. So we will be there and set up some decorations and have some people over.
This will be our third year in a row going to this one, won't it? Because that
I
was
think so. Yeah, this was one of our first
first events
events that
ever.
we
Yeah.
ever went to with this group. Was yeah.
Uh-huh. That's what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
that's right, because she had invited us, so but we've got that in February. In Atlanta, we have in Atlanta. In March, we have a hotel takeover in Atlanta. It is an Electric Paradise event, which Swinger
Yes.
Society is it's like a combo.
Is this a
collaborate.
different group though than Swinger Society that's teaming up with them?
Yeah, it's a
Oh, okay.
different Electric Paradise is their name. It's supposed to have, like, an EDM festival type of vibe to it, which
Oh,
it
fun.
looks
Music
like
festival plus lifestyle event.
it
What?
looks like both nights are gonna have kind of that same EDM glow kinda theme going on, which is fun. So, we've got that in March, and then in April, we have Secrets down in Florida.
Yay,
So,
secrets. I
yeah.
actually do enjoy secrets.
Secrets is a lot of fun. We really like that. So we've got that. So those are our next few things coming up the next few months. I'm gonna try my best to do better with pictures and TikToks and videos and all those things. So and we may have other little things pop up. And if so, you'll probably hear about them here and on TikTok. Okay, so that's what we have going on in the upcoming future. And guys, if you're at any of those events and we've never met, say hello. Like just say hi. Because I'll be honest, me being more naturally introverted, I'm not as aware and not always meeting new people in that manner where I just walk up to people. So yeah, if you see us, say hello. I mean, we're always looking to meet new people, make new connections, hear other people's stories. So, and I do like talking with other people. I just am usually not the initiator of new conversations.
Yeah, you if you see us around, you can come say hello to me or introduce yourselves to her because
If you start the conversation, now I'll definitely talk. I'm not usually a conversation initiator. I'm working on that though. I'm trying to
getting
get
better,
better.
getting better.
Getting better. But I think that's about all we got. We had a good time at the New Year's Eve party. It was a lot of time just focused on friendships and connection and the awesome friends that we have made along this journey. So that's my thoughts on it. It was a good time and
Yeah,
that's it.
had a good time catching up with a lot of our local group again and meeting. I think it was probably 3 or 4 new people, couple of couples, plus the nice lady that we met at the end. That was fun. But yeah, I would definitely go back to another vibe party. And until next time,
All right, guys. Thanks for listening.
have a good one.
Thanks so much for joining us for the podcast, guys. Please feel free to subscribe, to give us a follow, turn on your notifications, or share the podcast with a friend. Also, give us a rating, leave comments. All those things really help out the podcast. And remember, if you have questions, you can send us a text or leave us a voicemail at if you want to connect online, our website is savageswingers.com, and you can find our Patreon group on Patreon as The Savage Swingers. We're also on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.